Welcome to Productalk Africa, where we simplify building digital and physical products. Click the subscribe button or follow us on social media at Productalk_Africa.
All right, this is another episode on Productalk Africa Academy, right? And before now, we spoke about product customer segments, and right now we'll be talking about product classifications. So, what are product classifications? Product classifications are basically, at a high level, the classification of products, the classifications that different products can fall into, right? We have different products that serve customers. I already spoke about products that serve customers, products that serve businesses, right? Those are the product types. But now, classifications basically speak to like a high level grouping, right, of the aggregate of products, where it can fall into. Now, we have industrial products, we have consumer products, and we also have other products offering. Let me just show you the image here. So, this is what we have. These are the primary two things that we have. We have consumer goods, basically the goods that customers use directly. We have industrial goods for companies. Under consumer goods, we have shopping goods, specialty goods, unsold goods, convenience goods, and under the industrial goods, we have the raw material, we have installations, accessories, and operations. Basically, this belongs to businesses. So I'll be explaining it next on this slide. Now, what are industrial products? Products purchased for further processing or for use in conducting business. So these are primarily the products that are used in businesses. So now they can fall into different categories. We have capital items, products that aid buyers in production operations, right? So products that are used in operations. Your tractor is used in operations. It can be used on the farm. That's an example. We have material and parts. So material and parts can be raw materials, manufactured materials. What will be an example of raw materials and parts? Let's say Indomie, for example, right? Indomie contains the product itself, but there are also raw materials that have been used, that make up or be used for Indomie. For example, like the seasoning can be, a material part, right? So those are like little components that are used to make up the overall product. We have suppliers and services. Operating suppliers, maintenance items are things that fall under suppliers and services. So these are things that businesses use. Now let's speak to what consumers use. We have consumers products. These are products that are bought by the final consumers for consumption. Now they fall into different groups also. We have the convenience products. Right? Convenience products are products that are purchased frequently and immediately because they're not expensive. They have a low price. They could fall under FMCG products. Your toothbrush, your toothpaste are things that you buy regularly. They're not expensive, but you need a toothbrush and you need a toothpaste. So they are like convenience products. We have shopping, right? The shopping are bought less frequently because they have a higher price. Mostly you would see things like this. Let's say when you go to supermarkets, maybe you go get a fridge, right? The fridge is not too cheap, but it's not something that you really need, right? It's not something you won't walk and just see a fridge anywhere around. There are specific locations. There are fewer purchase locations for things like that. We have the specialty, right? Specialty products are products that you search for extensively and you're reluctant to accept, a replacement for it because they have unique attributes. So, for example, your Tesla car, your Lexus car, your Benz, for example, they're expensive cars, right? It's not something you need every day. It's not something you walk out and say, "Okay, I want to buy a Benz," right? And when you buy a particular Benz and they tell you, "Okay, I want to change it for the Benz," you be like, "No, I want the first thing I said I want, I requested for," right? So it's not something you really want to change because you have a particular need. You have a particular characteristic that you like, and that's why you're purchasing it. Unsold products are products unknown to the buyers. Buyers don't really think about them, right? They don't actively seek it. So, for example, a coffin, you don't really want to buy a coffin. You only buy it when there's a need for it. It's not something you have in your mind. Your phones, advertisement could be done for your phones, but sometimes, you see a new phone and like, oh, I need it, but you don't really think about the fact that, oh, I need to get this phone before seeing the advert of that phone, right? So there's an action that makes you want to have a reaction to do that purchase. Now we have other product offerings. These are not really in the diagram, but these are just other things. So for example, your organization, a university could offer a product offering. They have courses. An individual, a politician, for example, right? Doctors, they offer, they have an offering. You go to different places, tourism, you have the public health campaigns, they can come up with different ideas. So these are not really part of the two groupings, but these are just examples of other things that would be nice to know. So now we now have a diagram that speaks to focusing on consumer product, right? It shows convenience, shopping, specialty, and sort, and it shows us the 5 P's, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it shows us different P's that we have and where they fall into. So for example, let's speak of convenience product. Like I said earlier, your toothpaste is a convenience product. So this diagram gives you an example of the products, the price, the place, promotion. So now, convenience product, toothpaste, hand soap, the price, it's not inexpensive. It is not expensive. The places, you can find it in different places. Promotion, the price, availability, and awareness stressed. Your brand and loyalty, customers are aware of the brand, but they would accept substitutes for this product. The purchase behavior is frequent. For shopping, like I said earlier, your TV, your fridge, price fairly expensive. You mostly see them in a large number of selective outlets, not just anywhere. There's always a differentiation from competitors, right? There's a reason why LG is different from Samsung. They have different attributes that they stress when it comes to promotion. Your brand loyalty, customers definitely prefer a specific brand. There's a reason why you want an iPhone over a Samsung. There's a reason why you want a Samsung over an iPhone for your personal reasons. Purchase is not really frequent. You don't really need to purchase your iPhone every time. You only purchase it when you need it and you can use it for over a period of time. Now, your specialty, example of a specialty product would be Rolls Royce, Rolex watches. The price, they're actually very expensive. The places, you won't really find them everywhere. They're very limited. The promotion, very unique. And there's emphasis on the status. The brand, customers are loyal to their brand, to brands like this. They want this because this is what they want. They're loyal to the brand. The purchase is not so frequent, only when there's a need. That's when the decision is made. Unsought product, for example, like I mentioned, could be like a coffin, right? So now the price varies. The place is also often limited. Awareness is essential. Customers could accept a replacement. Now the purchase behavior is infrequent. Those actions don't happen all the time. They only happen once in a while. That's when that purchase will be made for it. And finally, I've given different examples, but I want us to look at the different types of consumer products that we have, the different type of industrial products that we have, and also I kept some other categories. And let us identify 3 examples of all the items under each of them. 3 examples of items under industrial products, consumer products, and other products, right? And we could put that in the chat and let's keep the conversation rolling. So thank you very much, guys. See you in the next class.